In this video, I'm going to attempt to trade Bitcoin with Huobi Global, and I believe with that, I could actually bring you guys and help you guys familiarize yourself with how to deposit your money into Huobi Global and execute trades. And if you don't already know, I will be making a total of 4 videos on Huobi Global, as this is the 3rd one, because this Huobi Global platform is way more complicated than what other platforms has to offer. With all of that being said, let's get right into the video. So we're at the home screen of Huobi Global, and if you want to go ahead and deposit money, so all you gotta do is click on this buy crypto, and so where you can see over top right is where you can choose your currency. So let's just say I'm from Malaysia, so I'll be going ahead and type MYR, and then I'll just type it in, and then I could buy in as Malaysian ringgit. So over here is where we call the P2P crypto, or you can say as peer-to-peer crypto. This is where you can interact with each other individually directly with the seller of the certain coin that you want to change your money into. For example, 1 USDT equals to around 4.2 Malaysian ringgit. So if you guys want to convert your money from Malaysian ringgit into the tethers, which is USDT, then go ahead and look for people who are able to help you convert that certain amount of money. So let's go ahead and look for the cheapest rate. So right here I actually found one of the best deals, which is limit at 60 ringgit all the way up to 17,000 ringgit. So there are actually basic requirements according to different sellers, so you gotta follow those requirements. And he's selling tethers for 4.35 ringgit. I believe it's okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and buy. He actually wrote in Chinese, and there's a lot of terms and conditions that we gotta follow. So right here you can see that I'll have to do a bank transfer, and the price for 1 US tether is actually 4.35. The amount of US tethers that I will be receiving is around 13.79, and the total is 60 ringgit. Nothing too significant here because we just want to try it out on how to deposit our money, execute trades, and then we're gonna go ahead and withdraw this money from Huobi Global. So after I paid this guy through bank transfer, which is what he accepts, then I send him the receipt through the chat, and then I'm gonna go ahead and click the paid button below of the screen. Confirm, and then right now all we gotta do is wait for this seller to actually give us our USDTs. So right here on my screen it says waiting for confirmation. 98.6% of orders will be completed within 5 minutes. I'm not too sure how this seller is going to respond, like how fast this seller is going to respond, but let's hopefully get this transaction done, and then I'm gonna go ahead and execute a trade. Let's make some money, and then we're gonna go ahead and show you guys how this whole app works when we are trying to execute a trade. So I've just messaged the seller a few minutes after I banged into his account, and he told me that he was driving. He's trying to find a little spot to stop by, and then he'll send those tethers towards my account. And while we're waiting for that, I just want to say that this is a really good side hustle idea as well, where you can buy a bunch of US tethers and then sell them at a high price, and then you can make some money in return in that margin. So right here you can see on my screen that it says completed. 13.79 US tethers has been deposited into your assets account. Not even 5 minutes. That is how beneficial P2P crypto trading will be, as long as the seller is responsible. Right now we already have received our US tethers, and then we're gonna go ahead and view those assets. Right now we can actually see them in our account, which is 13.81 USD. Let's go ahead and execute a few trades, and just a small position. Let's just go ahead and show you guys how to execute those trades. So right here on my screen we're actually in the trade page, and then you can see that exchange Bitcoin to tethers. I'm actually really nervous because I've never actually executed a trade on Huobi Global. All I've had was to watch a couple of videos on YouTube, so this will be my first ever trade with Huobi Global, and I'm really excited for this. Let's hope we could make just a small amount of money, and then we're gonna go ahead and talk about the rest of the app. A lot of people are buying and selling at the same time, and let's just go ahead and take a quick guess. It's just like a gambling. We're just gonna go ahead and flip the coin. Disclaimer, don't try this at home because I'm probably gonna lose all of my money, and I advise no one to learn from me. Also, not to forget that I'm a Bitcoin newbie, so I don't know what the heck I'm doing. All I know is to invest long term, and I believe that from there I could make my money back. But in terms of day trading, I have no idea what I'm doing at all. So the game plan right here is to buy the market order, and then once it increases in price, maybe like a 5% increase or maybe 1 to 2%, we're not going to be too greedy over here. So that's a really simple game plan. Once it goes up, we're just going to go ahead and sell, and then we're done with it. because I'm not going to be taking too much of a risk. I don't even know what the heck I'm doing right now. Buy Bitcoin. Successfully order. Let's go ahead and see. Right, so this line is where we bought our Bitcoin at. Once it increases, we're just gonna go ahead and sell it right away. So it's been 5 minutes since I've executed the Bitcoin trade just now, and guess what, guys? Yes, you guessed it right. I've actually lost 40 cents US dollars to that trade just now. So one thing that is really strange about Huobi is that when I bought my Bitcoin, I bought around 5 USDT, which is on the screen, and you guys can see that, right? And then after that, when it went up to like, maybe a couple dollars after my position, and when the price of Bitcoin increased, I actually tried to sell it for a profit. And guess what, guys? Huobi could not allow me to sell any less than 0.0001 Bitcoin. So I then again have to execute another trade of $5 and then to sell it. And then when I sell it, I actually sold it for a loss of 40 cents. So that's how I turned out to be in the loss of 40 cents. That's not too much for me, So let's just go ahead and talk about the fees for Huobi. So you guys can actually see that I'm in the Huobi Global's website and it says fee settings. So the spot fee rate here is from level 1 to level 7. Anywhere more than 0 tokens to below 10 tokens is 0.2 for the maker and taker, and then 10 tokens and above is 0.18, and then anywhere above 100 tokens is 0.16, above 500 is 0.12, and so on. As you guys can see that if you are actually using more Huobi tokens, it is actually way cheaper than when you're actually using less Huobi tokens. So this is for the professional users, fast application channel, all-star VIP fee rate. Obviously this is going to be a lot more Huobi tokens, which is not going to apply to me, but then there is an upside on this VIP function, which is a lot cheaper than the ones before. 0.03 for the maker and 0.04 for the taker, 0.02, 0.04, and so on. You guys can just pause this video and go ahead and read. Let's move on to margin interest rate. Below 10 tokens, 0.09 for daily rate. Above 10 tokens and below 100, it's 0.098 for the daily rate and 0.08 for the HT deduction rate. So this is the basic rate, this is the HT deduction rate, and then so on. You guys can go ahead and pause and read if you guys want to. So as for the professional users, as usual, they got a really cheaper rate compared to the normal rate. So let's just move on to fiat trading fee. No discount for above 0 Huobi tokens to below 10 Huobi tokens, and free for all for taker discount. And then above 10 tokens is 90%, 100 tokens 80%, 500 60, 1000 45, 2000 40, 5000 is 35. And again, we got the VIP for professional users, which is way cheaper as usual. So guys, if you guys have made it till this far into this video, I would just like to say thank you for taking a couple of minutes out of your day just to watch my videos. This is the 3rd episode for Huobi Global. We're finally coming to an end for this episode's 4th video coming out a few days after this one. I'll put it out as soon as possible, so if you guys are interested in using Huobi, go ahead and use the referral code in the description box below. That would be much appreciated, all the way up to $170 for bonus rewards. With all of that being said, I'll see you in the next one, guys.